So you've fought, yeah? You've had an altercation in your relationship, and your significant other decides not to acknowledge you, either verbally or using any other method. So you're still together, but not quite together because they're not speaking to you. They're giving you the silent treatment. Do you experience that? Do you like dishing out silent treatment? Somebody does something you're not particularly proud of or something that has really upset you, and then you decide you're not going to call them or pick their calls or respond to their SMSs. Are you one of those people? You know, in my dating life, I was once confronted with a person who was like that. So we'd have a challenge, as often most couples do, or most people in a relationship do, and they decide to be silent. They'd sulk and sulk and sulk and sulk and sulk. So earlier today, I was thinking about some of the toughest challenges I've dealt with in the years of yore, at least in romantic relationships, just as I was thinking about this week and the conversations we're going to have. And I have to admit that silent treatment was one of the biggest things I've had to deal with in the past that I would never confidently say I ever came around, because you're dealing with another individual and their upbringing and the ways they know how to deal with problems, and you can't sort of fit them in your box or your preference about which what you'd prefer that they do in terms of settling a squabble. And so I want us to have a quick chat today about better alternatives to silent treatment, if at all there are. Do you think there are any? Huh? Because silent treatment is a bore. It's a very passive aggressive way of dealing with a challenge. Okay? And please indulge me with some of the things you've learned to do away from silent treatment. I don't think it's very healthy and an adult thing to do. Yet, many of us abuse our significant others with silent treatment. My name is Eric, and this is Eric's Stories. If you're new here, I thank you for finding it worth your while to choose to hang out with me. Eric's Stories is about you and I, two individuals. We try every weeknight, Monday to Thursday, to exchange ideas about this sort of stuff. Relationships, men and women, things that bother men and women, and even taboo subjects, things we are not immediately accepting to speak about, even in the open. Okay? So, I don't have the answers, but I have some ideas. It helps when you're single because you can talk about some of these things very boldly, because nobody's looking at you the side of the eye and like you were sulking the other day. And so I drive a lot from my past experiences, but also a few things I've read in books. So I think that a lot of fights come about not so much because of what was said, but more how the things that was said was said. I believe in that 100%. Because I remember in one particular relationship, I used to say, immediately she'd say something, I was like, please don't speak to me like that. Don't talk to me like that. And they'd always just turn around and say, like what? Like what? Like what? And then I'd get really, 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 really angry. So I think the first thing is to accept that how you say things can cause a fight, not so much what you've said. So then, consider your tone and temperament. Consider your tonality, timbre. What do you sound like? All right? Also, you want to consider your body language. Like say, all right, I'll come. No, you are the boss. You are the king. I'll come then. You've said I come at 2. I'll come at 2. See, you have said. And your word is the law. You are being sarcastic, no? So you want to consider your body language, to be very honest. I think it's healthier and it can diminish your chances of getting into the silent treatment if you simply watched the things you say and the way you say them. So avoid wording your sentences as a demand. Most people, unfortunately, in the year of the Lord 2022, are completely unable to use courtesy in their language, either written or verbalized. Be courteous. It makes a world of difference if you said, would you please make me a cup of coffee? To, and come back with coffee, eh? Agnes, come back with coffee. That can bring up a fight. So courtesy goes a long way. You step on somebody's toe, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it. But really, it's very important, I think, One of the things I used to confront then was I'd persistently say, please don't speak to me like that. Just don't address me with that tone. As I say here with you many times, you can be right but wrong at the top of your voice. It's true. It's true. You can be totally right and your argument is immaculate, but at the top of your voice, be very, very wrong. So that's the first thing. Second thing I think would be a way to deal with silent treatment in a healthier way or better alternative would be that during happier times, you really address ways in which you prefer to settle a qualm. When you're laughing, the way you're giggling at the park on Sundays, like every time I go out for my brunch on Sundays, I see couples laughing and tightly holding their hands. Like, oh, baby, baby, boo, 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 baby, baby. During that time, so after you're done calling each other these very nice names, you could say, in the event that we fight, we haven't fought yet, we are new in this thing, but if we fight or you have an altercation or a difference or an argument, my preference is that you tell me you need time out. So that would look something like this. Hi, Agnes. So, we've been fighting back and forth or we had that argument and I don't quite feel comfortable seeing you at this time because I am still very angry. Can we meet at a later date? Maybe 2 days from now? All right, when I'm ready to talk about it. And maybe you want to be accepting of your partner's request when they request something of that nature. You don't want to be quick to sort things out. There are people who are like that. They've done something crazy and they want to sort it out immediately. I'm like, no, go away from me, Satan. Not today. I just want to breathe a little because when I see you, I get very, very angry. So when they request for time out, just give them time out. You can go hang out with your girlfriends or boyfriends. You don't have to choke them with your presence. They feel aggrieved. All right? So during happier times, communicate your preference about ways in which you prefer to handle differences. Say, I don't appreciate somebody going silent. Tell me you need 48 hours or a week. I am happier with that than being ignored. And then you can even discuss, after a week, are you going to reach out and say you're ready? Preferably, yes. So you've been quiet since Friday. Today is Monday. You can text and say, hey, are you available tomorrow at 4 o'clock? We talk about it. When all the anger has subsided, then you can have a conversation. What do you think? Third, but definitely not least, I think it helps to understand your significant other's personality. Some of us are ambiverted, others introverted, others extroverted. As an introvert, I prefer that when we've had an argument, I take some time out. Just step out a bit, think things through, think about what you said, and then maybe approach it when I'm sober and not angry. Okay? So that's how mostly a lot of introverts I know try to handle problems. They need more time to process their emotions. All right? So if your partner is an introvert and you're an extrovert who wants to fix things quickly, the mismatch in your personality types, all right, can, cause a bigger rift because they want to stay away from you a little and you want to sort it out now. So watch for that. What's their personality type? Are they introverted? Are they extroverted? More, what's their preference? It's not always true that everybody wants to sort out things like your mother. You know the way you saw her sorting things out? Calling your father persistently until your father loses hair? Some people are not like that. They don't prefer that. All right? Also, I think it's important to ask for time to cool off, especially this silent treatment is a result of a fight or disagreement. Ask again and give time off. Ask. Just ask. Respectfully. Yeah? Respectfully. Say it boldly. I prefer, Agnes, that I take some time off. I feel angry right now, but I'll calm about later. And give them the time. Yeah? That used to piss me off. Oh my God. But tone, especially, mostly again, not all ladies, but most ladies have a lot of words, And so when you get into an argument, they'll slap you with thousands upon thousands of very strong words. And sometimes because men can be limited, not all, but most men can be limited with, a rebuttal, then they are angry and they're sitting and getting really upset. So that situation gets very intense. Let me know how you deal with silent treatment so that I learn as well. All right? How do you deal with silent treatment? Do you just always wait for them to come around? All right? But silence is violence. I don't think it's healthy. Share with me. What do you do when somebody is sulking? What do you do? Good evening.